He wasn't the monster in the dark. He was the man holding the door open, smiling. Smart, confident, polite. Everything a killer shouldn't look like. While others studied law to protect people, Ted Bundy studied it to perfect murder. From college campuses to crowded parks, he hunted in plain sight, using charm as his weapon and trust as his trap. No blood trails, no screams, just disappearances. Each victim vanished with one name whispered last: Ted. By the time police caught up, he wasn't just a suspect. He was the face of evil that wore a perfect smile. Ted Bundy was born in 1946 in Burlington, Vermont. His early life began with a lie. He grew up believing his grandparents were his parents, and his mother was his sister. That deception shaped him, teaching him early that truth could be hidden behind a pleasant face. People who knew Ted described him as polite, ambitious, even gentle. But those who looked closer saw someone empty of empathy. As a teenager, he watched women through windows, stole from neighbors, and learned to mimic emotions he didn't actually feel. In college, he dated a woman named Stephanie Brooks, elegant and wealthy, everything Ted wished he was. When she broke up with him, something inside him snapped. Years later, almost every woman he attacked looked eerily like her. Long brown hair parted in the middle, soft-spoken, trusting. By 1974, young women began vanishing in the Pacific Northwest. One after another disappeared. Linda Healy, Donna Manson, Susan Rancourt, Roberta Parks. Police were baffled. There were no fingerprints, no bodies, no clues. Witnesses only mentioned a handsome man with a sling or crutches asking for help. He introduced himself with a smile and one simple name: Ted. Once they followed him to his Volkswagen Beetle, they were gone forever. Bundy learned how to blend in anywhere: law libraries, college campuses, crowded parks. He could make anyone feel safe, and that was the terrifying part. As the number of missing women rose, police in Washington, Oregon, and Utah began sharing information. The name Ted kept surfacing, but Bundy was already moving, enrolling in law school in Utah, volunteering at a crisis hotline where he spent nights helping people on the phone while hiding his own darkness. By 1975, investigators finally caught a break. A patrol officer in Utah pulled him over and found handcuffs, a ski mask, an ice pick, and a crowbar in his car. Ted smiled and said it was all a misunderstanding. But the walls were starting to close in. When Bundy was linked to multiple kidnappings, he was arrested, yet he refused to give up the act. He represented himself in court, studying his own case, charming reporters, and turning the courtroom into his personal stage.
After you had been stopped, did Officer Hayward say anything to you?
Well, after the stop had occurred, I exited my car, and the officer, Hayward, had left his car and approached me, and the first thing he said to me was, "Why didn't you get out of your car and run? I could have taken your head off," or words to those effect, words to that effect.
Did he ask you for your driver's license and registration?
He did. I think he asked me a number of questions which intervened the request for a driver's license, and I think he asked me after his first comment what I was doing in his neighborhood, to which I did not initially make a response. And then he asked me for my driver's license, which I got from the inside of my car.
Produce a driver's license?
Yes.
Produce a registration?
Yes.
Did Officer Hayward advise you of your rights?
In 1977, he made his first daring escape, jumping from a second-floor courthouse window during a recess. He was recaptured after 6 days, thinner but still smirking. Months later, he broke out again. cutting through the ceiling of his jail cell and vanishing into the night. By the time police realized he was gone, Ted Bundy was already driving south, free once more. He resurfaced in Florida in early 1978 under a new name, Chris Hagen. But the urge to kill had never left him. On the night of January 15th, he entered the Chi Omega sorority house at Florida State University and unleashed unimaginable horror. 2 women were murdered. 2 others were left brutally beaten. Just weeks later, he kidnapped and killed a 12-year-old girl, Kimberly Leech. That crime would finally end his spree. When police stopped him in a stolen car in Pensacola, he fought back and screamed, "I wish you'd killed me!" They didn't realize at first who he was, until fingerprints confirmed it. The trial of Ted Bundy became a media phenomenon. For the first time in U.S. history, the trial was broadcast nationwide. Cameras captured Bundy smiling, flirting with reporters, cross-examining witnesses, even proposing marriage to a woman in court.
Crews are underway in Florida, where Theodore Bundy is charged with murder.
It wasn't gavel.
Court, the urbane Theodore Bundy proclaims his innocence.
This trial was an eye-opening moment for the public because you had this charming-looking, articulate, smiling Ted.
It is a very good thing for law enforcement to have a few clues about Ted's trickiness, his arrogance. Ted played to the cameras. He got to be this well-known attorney that he never really could become because he hadn't graduated from law school, for one thing.
So you see Bundy's narcissism on full display in the courtroom. He thought,
He was acting as his owner.
Bundy actually thought that his abilities as an attorney were going to be so good that he wasn't even going to be
Our women, young women.
Not believe the young women that thought he was a hero.
While the world watched in morbid fascination, survivors and detectives described scenes of horror, the bite marks, the brutality, the complete lack of remorse. Bundy treated it all like theater, but the jury saw through the charm. After weeks of testimony, he was found guilty of multiple murders and sentenced to death. Yet even on death row, Bundy couldn't stop manipulating. He granted interviews, claiming he was innocent, then offering partial confessions to delay his execution. Psychologists studying him described him as a textbook psychopath, intelligent but void of empathy, driven by control rather than rage. In 1989, after more than a decade of games, the end finally came. On the morning of the Ordorm, January 24th. Bundy was led to Florida's electric chair. Outside the prison, hundreds gathered chanting, "Burn, Bundy, burn." Some cheered, others prayed, but everyone felt the same uneasy relief. Moments before the switch was pulled, Bundy confessed to over 30 murders, though experts believe the real number could be far higher. As the current surged and the room filled with smoke, the smile finally vanished. America's most charming killer was gone, but his legacy didn't die with him. Ted Bundy changed the way America saw serial killers. Before him, people imagined monsters hiding in the dark. After him, they realized monsters could wear a suit, shake your hand, and seem completely normal. His case pushed investigators to create behavioral profiling systems and interstate communication networks that would later help catch killers like the Green River Murderer and BTK. Bundy taught the world that evil can look ordinary, and that sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones who seem incapable of harm. Decades later, his story still haunts documentaries, books, and films. Not because of the blood he spilled, but because of the reflection he forces us to see. He was proof that charm can be a mask and trust can be a trap. When asked once what went wrong with him, Bundy replied, "We serial killers are your sons, your husbands. We grew up in your homes. That's what made him so terrifying." Ted Bundy's story is more than a record of murder. It's a mirror into the darkest part of human nature. It reminds us that evil doesn't always hide in monsters. Sometimes it smiles across the room, polite and perfect, waiting for the right moment to strike.